Hi, good morning. I'm Sharon from Sharon Shed Signs and Designs. On just a second early so I can make sure that I'm lined up where you can see my board. Well, Decoupage Central shows I'm live. There I am. It looks like I'm cutting off my head, which is all right, really. Hang on, let me get this up on my Chromebook too so I can see my comments both places as I'm on my page and I'm cross-posting to Decoupage Central's page. I'm a day late doing that. I've been babysitting for my 4-year-old grandson. He's in preschool, but I had to pick him up at 11 and things, and so we had fun. I got home about 8:30 last night, since they live about a 4-hour drive away. Let's see. I'm seeing this, and it looks like I'm lined up fairly good. If you'd say hi as you come on, I would appreciate that, so that I can see comments. I see there are people on. I'm not seeing comments yet. All right, well, we'll get started anyway. I am using a 12 by 12. I don't know. It doesn't really look like it's pine. I'm not sure what it is. I think it may be something better that I bought for a sign for a gift, but I don't know. Good morning, Sherry. How are you? So first, I've got two projects. This one I'm going to start out by blending some different shades of blue for my background, and then I'm putting a frame on it. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you guys. All right, let me mist this with some water so that my paint moves around better. That should be good. Hi, Pam. Hey, Lisa. We're doing good. I'm glad to be home. I'm tired, but it was fun, and it was a nice break. Okay, I'm going to start out with some Midnight Blue. This is Fusion Mineral Paint. Hi, Sally. How are you? I've got a glare right on my screen where I have a hard time seeing it. Hey, Karen. Good to see you, and Debbie. So we will start out. My next project, I'm going to use some Figgy Flourish transfers and some molds. And it's on a cutting board, but this one is going to be blended blues. I'm starting out with a dark blue. And then I'm going to go to Liberty Blue Fusion Mineral Paint, which is a lighter blue. More of just a true blue. Or a nice patriotic blue if you're working on patriotic and you don't want a rustic look. If you want the rustic look, then the Midnight's a good one to use. Just kind of blend these until I get the look that I want. I'm going to add a little Champness, which is a white blue. And I'm not even changing brushes. I'm just putting it on here. This project's going to use some rice paper and some molds, which I have already molded and painted because I didn't want to be painting all the detail live. It's like watching your car rust or something. Let's see. Who am I missing? Hey, Yvonne, how are you? If I've missed saying hi, I apologize. I'm going to add a little I'm going to change to a clean brush because this one I'm going to dip into. No, that's not a good idea. I was going to dip into my jar, but I better pour it out. It's Dixie Belle drop cloth. It's an off-white. It's a good color, especially if you do rustic. You want it to look older. Well, there one slid under my... I'll get it after the live. I'm going to have to get down on my hands and knees and get it. Doggone it. Let me wipe the paint off of the rim, though. Hopefully I won't knock that over in the meantime. All right. Let's add some of this. My cat's in here sleeping. If he wakes up, I'll have to pitch him out. Don't want him up on my table while I'm crafting. Add a little more of that drop cloth. I don't want it blended perfectly smooth because I think it'll more go with the background of my rice paper if it's got some variation in spots. I think that will be all right. I'm also going to splatter today, which we'll see how that goes. Hey, Barbara, how are you? You made a pumpkin with a roll of toilet paper? How cool. I'd like to see that. You got a light, send me the link. It's in the picture? Okay, that sounds good. Hey, Judy, how are you? I've got quite a bit of paint on here, but it seems to be drying pretty fast. See if I've got any comments on decoupage simple. I'm not seeing. Yeah, so I got home about 8:30 last night. I was too tired to figure out what I was going to do on my live this morning, and I had no idea, so I had to get up this morning and figure it out and do my molding and my painting. I think that's dry enough for what I need. It's not like I'm going to do rub-ons. It doesn't have to be 100% dry. Okay, I'm going to do my frame. Hey, Susie, good morning. Hey, Irma, good morning, my friend. How are you guys? I just blended some blues. You could use whatever colors and type of paint you've got that you want to use. You don't have to do what I do. All right, I'm going to put some sensitive surface tape just inside of my painted area so that I can do my frame. It probably wouldn't have peeled back any paint if I used the regular frog tape, but I do like this because you can kind of see through it to help line up. Not that that makes me get it perfect, it doesn't. But perfecter, maybe. Is that a word? Hey, Nikki, thank you, girl. It was a quick trip. Yeah, I just went up. I went up Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon, got there late, and the idea was that I would get him off to daycare because my son had to go into the office, and she works in the hospital and has to go in earlier. And then he gets home from daycare. Well, he gets off the bus at his babysitter's, but the babysitter couldn't take him yesterday. That's not her normal day that she babysits him, because Chess is usually off that day. But she wasn't this week. So he gets off there by 11:30, so I had to go pick him up. Took him to McDonald's, and we went to Walmart to get him a monster truck because he thinks Nana's supposed to get him a monster truck every time she sees him. And he was wanting to come home with me so bad, made me feel bad, but told him he had to go to school. But anyway, I took my little dog, the one that they had gave me, up there with me. She's a pretty good traveler, so she was kind of company. And then when DJ got home, about 4 yesterday, then I headed home, so it was pretty quick, but it was a nice break. All right already. I need to get to that corner better. There. Oh, I've got too much paint on that plate to use my brown. I want to use my chocolate. Dixie Belle again. You don't have to use what I use. Use what you got, what you like, what you can afford. I know Dixie Belle's rather expensive. Actually, it figures out about the same as Fusion mineral paint, but acrylics are cheaper. But with the number of crafts that I do, and being the distance I am from Hobby Lobby or any place, I just poured paint all over my table. I can buy a bigger size and not have to be reordering it on Amazon all the time. Plus, I can't always get all the colors I want on Amazon or even at Hobby Lobby anymore. So, what a mess, Sharon. Oh, I'm something else. Okay. Try to get that where it doesn't get all over everything I'm painting. Should be alright, but now I got it all over me. Alright. Alright, now add a little bit of water to my chocolate. I'll just use this mister and spray a bunch in there. Get one of my stirring sticks and mix it up. It's not real thin, but it's thinner. I like burnt umber better, but right now I don't have any. So, chocolate it is. Actually, I should do my sides first. It seems like I get less paint all over me if I do them first. It's easier to have a place to hang on to. if you haven't painted the top part of the board. Have you seen the frames on Melissa's website, junkandcrafttreasures.com, the little frames? I got some yesterday, and I was looking at them this morning, and they are so cute. I think I'll use them in my live on Sunday. I didn't have time to get it all figured out this morning. And I'm probably getting paint on the back of my board, but before I take it to sell it, if I do, I'll sand that off. I thought briefly about a different color of frame, but I never did put enough thought in it to know what color I wanted to use, so brown it is. You do have to love the little ones. They keep life fun. He's a mess. We watched, he's into trains and he's into the big trucks, whatever, monster trucks. So he loves Polar Express because of the train. So we probably watched that 5 or 6 times in the time that I was there. I think he thinks that's kind of his thing to do with Nana. When he comes down here, he wants to watch it too. And I don't think he does otherwise. All right, there's my frame. I'm going to dry that a little while the tape is on it. If I've missed areas, I'll have to fix it when I take the tape off. You ordered some of Melissa's frames. They look like they are darling, and I think it's a size that, you know, is needed. It's not something that you find a lot of, and they're perfect for transfers and that kind of thing. Your grandson's the same. He loves the monster trucks. Yeah. He does love his monster trucks. So when I was going to take him to Walmart to get one, DJ said, well, I don't think they have any that he doesn't have, but he has got a lot. But we found one he didn't have, and he was excited. Yep, got some areas to fix. I'll just do it by using one of my blockers and a regular paintbrush. After I picked him up at daycare, and I was taking him back to their house, he was, every time I had the GPS on because I wasn't sure how to get there, even though I'd been there last year. But anyway, he was telling me every time, he'd say, Grandma, Nana, there's a stop sign. Stop, stop. And then turn right, turn left. I said, okay, Grandpa. He sounded just like Jim. Okay. Who sells the frames? Melissa at junkandcrafttreasures.com, and if you use my code Sharon Shed, you'll save 5% off of anything except the monthly mystery box. She's got some really nice cutting boards, make good gifts, and really just getting into a lot of the wood stuff. But these little frames are perfect for smaller things, which is sometimes hard to come up with something that's perfect for them. I've got a little dot of brown paint. All right, I think, no. I was thinking about whether I want to splatter right now or splatter lately. Yes, they are. They are, and, you know, you get more than one little thing, backing that goes in it, so you can change them out. It's really awesome. They are awesome. I'll use them on my live on Sunday. I'll figure out what I want to do. And got blue paint on the table back there. Goodness gracious, Sharon. Okay. The piece of rice paper I want to use is a snowman. And I thought that blending these blues would be a pretty good background, and it looks like it is. So, this is called Rustic Snowman, by the way. He's an AB Studios. I don't remember the number offhand, but I will put it in the description of the live as soon as I get done here. So, all right, find my, which I should have already found, but I know it's here on the table, my Pantart decoupage varnish and glue. Good morning, Barb. My code is Sharon Shed, all one word. It's the same code I have for Essential Stencil. No, I don't want to use one of those brushes. I want to use one of these, I think. But that'll save you 5%, which every little bit helps. I've got them laying here, but I don't have them all out of the paper. Most of them have the scalloped edge, but this particular one is this. Whoop, drop that in the trash, but you can do whatever you want to do on this and put it in your frame, and then it's interchangeable with the, which I've got it backing here. And she even gives you the little stand to make it stand. So I think they're awesome. Yeah, this one has the back and then 2 inserts. So, and then the others are scalloped edge, which I haven't taken those out of the package yet. Anyway. They're pretty cute. I haven't used any of my Christmas transfers from the new Christmas package, which launches on Monday. So I may do that and put some of those in the frames. Or the 6x6's stencils would be good for stenciling in it too. Or of course, you can always use rice paper. If you got the which I just got some. I don't have it laying right here, but if you got the quads where it's got 4 prints on the same page, I think that would be a perfect size. I really like this snowman, but he was cute. I like the rustic. And I tore off my edges. Once in a while I just cut them off. Whatever I feel like doing. I'm going to dry this. You're welcome. I love snowmen too, Emma. I do indeed. I don't know if I have this exactly centered. I don't think I do. Anyway. Just occurred to me to look. That's better. Now I'll dry it, and then I will put some more on the top, which will protect it, and which will also hold it down better. I love working with rice paper. It's so easy. I was never really very good at napkins or tissue paper, but I love rice paper. Just kind of gonna put this all over because it'll dry clear anyway. You can use any kind of a sealer or top coat you want to decoupage with. Doing laundry today, and I need to run to the grocery store. That's never-ending chores, isn't it? Yeah, this is Rustic Snowman by AB Studios. I will, which you could search and find him that way, but I will also put the his number in the description of the live. After the live's over. I'm going to kind of put it all over this blue area. I could put it on the brown too. I'm going to sand some of that back. So again, I achieved this blue with Midnight Blue. These are Fusion Mineral paint colors. So a navy blue, and then Liberty Blue, which is just a kind of a royal blue, and Champness, which is a light blue, and then I added my drop cloth, which is an off-white. And you just kind of wet your board and mess so the paint will move around, and just keep adding paint or rubbing it around, however, till you get the look that you want. love anything snowman. My decorations at Christmas are snowmen and Santas. A few angels thrown in. I didn't particularly go for a theme. That's just kind of how it ended up. Did I show you the bottle that I'm using? Hang on. Are you talking about the Pent Art decoupage medium and glue? Or if you're talking about something else, let me know. You can maybe get a screenshot of that if that's the one you want. You did that yesterday. Oh, well, that's nice, Debbie. So Pent Art decoupage varnish and glue. It works great. It's probably my favorite. All right, then I molded some holly using the winter forage mold. And I went ahead and painted it because it takes a while to paint it, for me anyway. And I didn't, you've seen me do that before, I think. Maybe. I've done it before anyway on a live. And it's kind of like watching your car rust, like I said. This is Tight Bond Quick and Thick. I got this on the recommendation of Becca, with painting of Becca. It's what she uses when she does molds to her flower pots and things, or anything like that. So, and I did not have it at my local Walmart or anything local, so I ordered mine on Amazon. And you can see my glue, but it'll dry clear. But it's already adhered. And I've got one more. I love this holly. I have probably used that more this year than any other mold. I've used a lot of times. And you know, you can only make one at a time, so. But I used Alumilite quick casting resin to do mine. I'm going to put this one kind of over to this side. So if you were to do clay, which would be perfectly fine, you would need to let it dry before you painted it. Alrighty. Then I'm going to kind of dry that. As I've told you before, I'm one of those, if a little's good, a whole lot's better people, so I may have too much glue on there. Anyhow, I also made rosettes. To me, on the looking at the mold, these look like snowflakes, so I'm going to put one in each corner of my frame, is what I was thinking. I'm not done with my glue. I don't know why I put it away. Oh yeah, I was going to sand my frame back a little bit. I'm easily sidetracked. Mainly just getting the edges. I want it to look a little more worn. I should have done it before I put the holly on, but it really doesn't matter. See if anybody... Oh, now I've got comments that I see. Hey, Jeanette. Your youngest grandchild is... Oh, likes to spend time reading. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. Rye is into anything with wheels on it, basically. That's what DJ said. He thought he'd get rid of a lot of his other toys. We were talking about Christmas. I said, well, he's got enough toys for 10 kids, and he does. I said, well, you better clean them out while he's not there, and he'll never miss them. But if he sees you throwing them away, then that's another story, or at least it was with my boys. Yeah, I got so much glue, it's going to take a while for that to dry. Oh, well. Take my finger and... Let's see, what have I got here? Take a brush. Get rid of some of that. It's gonna... It'll dry, but it'll take it forever. I need more right there. Hold that a second. There, that's better. Well, that'll dry eventually, as I said. Okay, let's see. Yeah, go look at Melissa's site, Jeanette. My code is good for anything to save you 5% except for her monthly mystery box. Let's see. All right. You see, that's not laying down again, making me mad. Not that it matters if it's laying down or not, really. The other thing I brought over here that I wasn't sure if I'd use or not, but I think I will just for the heck of it, if I can find what I did with it. Oh, nope, I didn't bring it. Hang on, I'll grab it. Snow tips. I think I'll put a little of it. Just around the bottom of the yeah, that's kind of my thinking. All right. Then I want to use my drop cloth. And a little bit of water. Get it fairly thin. And my splatter tool, and I'm going to stand up, otherwise I'll be covered in it, and I may be anyway. And I don't care if it gets on my frame. You can get this splatter tool probably at Michael's, for sure on Amazon. I've had it a long time, from back when I used to do toe painting. All right, I think that's enough. I'm going to take one of my wet wipes and wipe off some of this over here. It's still a little splattered because it dried fast, being just thin, and that's okay. But this is my first project, you guys. So again, I used Rustic Snowman rice paper. I blended blues to get the background, and then I used the winter forage to do the holly, and the medallions to do the little corner. Anyway, medallions. I don't know where I was getting the probably McDonald's. Who knows? Anyway, I'm not sure I like them white after I got it done, but I think I know what I'll do. Let's see, because I don't like them white. This is my Ranger Distressed Oxide and Vintage Photo, which I use all the time. But I like that better than just the white and blue. It needed something. All right, that helps. So, my glasses are splattered, of course. I'm seeing spots, but there it is. So I hope you like that one. What time is it? Yeah, I'm okay. Should be able to do this next one pretty quick. Got a cutting board. And I think I'm going to use Fusion Mineral Paint and Midnight Blue on it. because I like navy and silver. I've used these Figgy and Flourish transfers a lot. I really like them. I think I got, oh, that'll be all right. And again, I forgot to do my sides first. This is a Walmart cutting board. It's in the craft department. All right, let's see if that bottom is done. I can't tell. Oh, if I hang on to it long enough, it'll come up on the screen and I can see it. No. Good gravy. Good thing I checked. All right. Now I'm going to dry this because I do need it to be good and dry since I'm using transfers. You like the color? Thank you, you all. I appreciate that. I'm not worried about this little whatever it is because I'm putting a couple pieces of molding on there. I don't know that this is going to have a particularly rustic look, but I'm still going to sand my edges. Just because I like the look. And I'm seeing more I don't have painted that I'll have to get. Okay. Okay. I've got these two pieces of winter forage, and I painted them silver. figure out what I like as far as look goes. I'm not going to glue those down till I decide what I want. All right. Again, this is Figgy Flourish transfers, and I'm using silver. And I think I may splatter my board with a little silver using a different splattering tool. Let's see. Use my tool that comes with the transfers. These are still available, Figgy Flourish. They're part of IOD's 2025 collection. Well, all of this is that I've used today, except the rice paper. Let's see how we're doing. I've got spots right in the middle of my glasses. It makes this fun. Is that not cool? I think it's beautiful. All right, Noel, and then I want 1881. These work just like regular transfers, but they're so pretty. There are several pages of silver and then also of gold. And I love gold, so I've used all that up. Not that I don't like silver, but gold is my favorite. Let's see how we're doing. $18.81, and then Saint Nick and Son Festive Plum Pudding. It's there. Okay. I don't know if I'm getting those straight. Probably not. Let's see. Yeah, it's fairly straight. Then I want to cover that up, so I'm going to go right there. Do I want to go right there? Yeah, kind of, but then I need something else. Need something. think. Knocking things down. Got some of these cut out that I was thinking of using. But I don't know where. Alright, well, what I think I'll use is this one. Fine scissors, Sharon. Because otherwise it looks kind of empty down there at the bottom. How about that? Yeah, I like that better. See how we're doing. Pretty. I still got that place there on the board. Let's see what I want to do about that. I will try to cover it again. Okay. Before I glue these two down, I'm going to take a little silver and a little brush. What brush do I want to use? Oh, this one will be fine. Just gonna kind of create a frame around the edge of my board. It's going to sprinkle it silver, but this paint, I've had it for a while. It's Fusion Mineral Paint Silver, but I've had it at least a couple years and it's getting a little thick. I could water it down, but this will be better. Okay, got a wee bit too much silver there in that one place. Although it's not going to matter because I'm going to glue that pine bough on it. What did I do with mine? Yeah, there it is. I'll try to use a little less this time. Maybe what I'll do is take brush it out a little thinner. There, now I shouldn't have such a mess with it. Going to go here. the other one. Okay. Okay, so there's our Figgy and Flourish with the pine boughs from the winter forage, and then the other one has fallen over down here because I've got too much stuff stashed everywhere, but this was our first one. So, thank you, you guys. Hey, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I will be live Sunday afternoon at 2 on my page. But I really am grateful for you joining me today. I always appreciate all your support. If you have any questions, I will just put them in the comments and I will get to them this afternoon or evening and get them answered. Thank you, you guys. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye-bye.